of the head table, Dr. Maida, Senior Consultant, Director of Regional Health Services, CEO of the New Amsterdam Hospital, Mr. Colin Bino, and Administrator of the Fort Kanji Hospital, Ms. Luan. Doctors, nurses, patients, Regional Environmental Officer, and many others. A pleasant good morning to you all. And I would like to kick off this morning's activity by saying, mental health, the National Mental Week observation of mental health in Guyana, I would like to say that the biggest of all activities usually take place in Region 6. Reason being, not because we're the region and got all the mad people, no, that's not it. Region 6 house, or I should say holds the National Psychiatric Hospital within the region. Mental health, like I would have said yesterday morning, is something that a lot of us takes lightly. And I'm sure over the months, over the years, you have seen the repercussions of taking mental health lightly. I'd like to highlight this morning that in Guyana, our precious Guyana, we have an average of 222 patients, persons, individuals, human beings that have fallen to suicide. 222. And take a minute to just think about that. That's 222 unnecessary deaths within our country. Yesterday I would have said, and some people in alarming as they were, I would have said mental health is under threat. It's basically what it comes down to now. Mental health is psychological warfare. Let's put it like that. And while we might come to work every morning and we just go about the place, we don't greet our brothers and sisters. We don't take time off to say hello, how are you, etc. We don't even give them a smile in the morning. But I'd like to point out something. Mental health for all of us. Not just the Fort Kanji Hospital, because someone asked me if I'm going to give a history of the Fort Kanji Hospital. No, I'm not. Fort Kanji Hospital is not the only representation of mental health. Fort Kanji Hospital has been here many, many years ago and is still standing today. Fort Kanji Hospital is one of the primary and tertiary care of treatment for people or individuals who have fallen with neuropsychiatric diseases. And over the years, the numbers have been increasing enormously. To present today, and Dr. Maida would agree, we have a lot of resident patients in our facility. And reason being, many of them are stable, many of them can go, but not all of them have family support, not all of them have friends, not all of them have any sort of support. Hence, they become residents of this hospital. But with the Regional Health Services and the Ministry of Health, mental health is going to take a change. Because one, along with Dr. Maida, I'm here, and I've spoken to the team here, and I've told them how the structure of mental health is going to be laid out. And I'm sure the Director of Regional Health Services and the Ministry of Health will support me. There's one thing I had said yesterday in the prayer breakfast. Homo sapiens, we are psychosocials. Translation, we are human beings, we are social, psychological creatures of this earth. We dwell among social or within an environment or society where we are prone to pressures. We are prone to different kind of stressors. How we react or how we unfriend these stressors, it varies from individual to individual. Many of us would have confronted or been in face with many stresses in our life, whether it be physical, emotional, biological, etc. Our organisms are developed in a certain way to counteract and react to situations. But for many of us, we don't have the basic coping skills. That is where mental health comes into play. You're not alone. There's a team of, I shouldn't even say one team. There are many organizations set up throughout the region to help people learn and deal with these certain illnesses. We have among the myths suicides. We have among the myths depression, anxiety. And I'm sure Dr. Maida would love to give you her list of neuropsychiatric diseases which we see on a daily basis. My problem is National Fort Country Hospital has become a stigmatized institution. Right? So, with that being said, we do not have that sort of approach or that sort of motivation for people to come in here to seek the necessary services or even to get help. What happened? They stay out there, they cry alone, and then when they can't deal with life anymore, that's it. They have no one to turn to. Like I said before, we're trying to restructure everything. The ministry, Director Regional Health Services, we have spoken about relocating this institution, and I'm sure that's something Director will touch on. Reason being is because we need our young teenagers, adolescents, young adults to come. How many of you know how big mental health is in the Americas? Latin America, Central America, North America. We need to get to that level where we're so comfortable that if we want to make an appointment with a psychiatrist, we do so at our free will. And you do not have to be given a date obligatedly to come back to the institution. Because I'm sure if I was to give any person, individual here a date and a time to come here and make the necessary arrangements, they will not. They would not. So, mental... Good, I don't have to strain my voice anymore. Thank you very much. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely neuropsychiatric diseases. I want to get that out clearly, right? It's not because you have a neuropsychiatric disease means you don't suffer from a breakdown of mental health. Emotional, psychological, social well-being, that's what makes us, that's what drives us. It could either make us or break us. And like I would have said before, Homo sapiens are psychosocial. It affects how we think, how we feel, how we act. Mental health is also important at every stage of life, from a child until you're an old man or an old woman. Right? Of course, in life, if you have mental health problems, your thinking, your mood, your behavior, it will be disconnected. None of them would be interconnected. And in such, when that happens, there's a breakdown of one psyche, and we're talking from the central nervous system all the way down. When that happens, you have erratic form of behavior in society, and that's what you call mad people. And I don't like the word, so I would not mention that anymore. Like I said, our main problem here is because Fort Country is so highly stigmatized, but change is coming, believe me. One thing I can say, other than what I would have said before, Dr. Maida is our only senior consultant in the region. And at present, we have 185 patients here at the hospital. So you do the math. I'm here as the medical superintendent, and we have other staff that's also at the institution. But like I said, what we would want, the services that we're trying to promote, we need to do that. And restructuring is very important for us. Before I leave, I just want to say one last thing. Today's activity for me was a success. Some of the dignitaries for unforeseen circumstances could not be here. But believe me, when I say I'm going to push to get all of this to happen, I am going to push. Because the last thing I'm going to do is not to come and take a chair and sit in a corner and let this escalate. I said before, 222 individuals or patients / persons would have committed suicide per year. Per year, that's 222 unnecessary deaths, right? They weren't killed in road accident. They weren't deceased from angina or pulmonary edema, etc. No, they all took their lives. And where I would have said that 222 people could have been possible presidents or ministers or whatever, we would never know. So this is serious. And I need everybody to wake up as we go into the mental week of activities, and you would see what it's all about. I believe everybody have a program, and most people here have the agenda. We are welcoming this week of activities with a wide spectrum of activity, not just for the public, but also for the inpatients of this hospital. And beyond certain circumstances, I would like to give thanks to the management and staff of this hospital that has been putting their best foot forward. In saying so, I hope the Director of Regional... In saying so, I'd like to thank the Director of Regional Health Services that has pledged his allegiance to the Mental Health Department. Thank you very much.